Hey, hey, hey. Today is day 20 of my You versus You challenge, and today's title is Familiar Misery. Doggone it. I am still trying to figure out how to do this whole live thing. I should have put the title in there, but nonetheless, here we are. Okay, so familiar misery. When I was in intensive therapy several years ago, my case manager shared a quote with my group. And the quote is, familiar misery is often a more comfortable place than unfamiliar happiness. And I don't know who the author is. The author is unknown. I've been searching for the author of that quote for 6 years, and I just can't find it. Hey, Jilly. Right. I decided to go live for real today. Hey, Steph. That quote hit me like a ton of bricks, and it's been something that I think about often. Familiar misery is often a more comfortable place than unfamiliar happiness. Familiar misery, that sounds real jacked up, right? But how many of us find ourselves in situations, environments, or relationship where we are unhappy, it's dysfunctional, we're tired, we don't like the environment, we don't like certain people, but we don't do nothing about it. We complain. Anytime somebody gives us the ear, we'll complain about it, but we don't do nothing. Good example is like a job. You could be on a job that you hate. Hey, Jasmine. Hey, Nikki. Okay, let me focus. You could be on a job that you hate. You don't like the manager. Your coworkers are nosy. You're underpaid. They just fired somebody, so now they gave you their work. So now you're doing the work of 2 to 3 people. The work you're doing is exhausting mentally and physically, but you don't find a new job. You just complain about it. You'll complain about it to some of your coworkers that feel the same way. You'll commiserate about it. You have all the resources on your phone to look for a job, but you won't do it because it's familiar misery. There's something very sinister, I think, to familiar misery. Like, as much as we don't like it, as much as that relationship doesn't serve us anymore, and we know it in our heart, it's familiar. We're comfortable. There's even a little bit of control in that. Even the thought of leaving and trying something new makes you want to boo-boo on yourself. Like, it's so scary. Pursuing happiness, which may seem unfamiliar, is uncharted territory. The process that it takes to change can be frightening and downright scary. Let's say when it comes to dating, you've been in this relationship for 5, 7, 10 years, and you know down in your heart this isn't it, but you guys have been together forever. You've created a life together. Your families know each other. You can finish each other's sentences. You've had great times. And the thought of starting over with somebody else, or just even dipping your toe in the dating pool, makes you halt any type of decision making. Man, the pursuit of happiness is unfamiliar territory. There's a quote by Maya Angelou that says, when you know better, do better. Well, child, I know in my life I have known better and I did not do better, okay? I know I'm supposed to do X, Y, and Z, but the process, ooh, it's scary. I don't claim to have all the answers, but if you find yourself in a situation, an environment, or relationship where you know change needs to happen, because whatever it is that you're in is like a slow death. It's like a slow drip. And you know you need to get out. You know something's got to give because you're not showing up in the other areas of your life as your best self. That would probably be a good indicator that you should probably, seek out a therapist and or a life coach to help you come up with a plan so that you can exit. I know for me, change is difficult. As often as we know that change is a part of life, doing it is another story. And so I typically don't make large changes, big changes in one fell swoop. Like, I need to map it out and like do small things that will eventually lead up to that big decision, because it's just more palatable, and it doesn't seem as overwhelming. But I want to tell you, the process of change is a beautiful one. It can be scary, it can be bumpy, it will feel uncomfortable, but if you can keep your faith in God to take you and handhold you every step of the way, one step at a time, day by day, sometimes hour by hour, minute by minute, it's worth it in the end. Stephanie, you just decided to leave your job? Yes. The only way I can change the situation is by removing myself. It's scary, but I have to do it. Yeah, you got to be fed up. You got to be fed up and like, enough is enough. Like, this is not serving me anymore. And actually, I'm not serving the people that are involved in said situation either. Whether it's in the workplace, whether it's in a relationship, whatever. Change is good. Change is scary. Change is necessary, because otherwise, if you don't, are you really living? Are you really getting what you want? That happy ending that you think you're going to get in current situation, it's not going to come until you do something different. And sometimes it's so easy to assign the blame to the other party involved in the situation and say, well, they need to do this and they need to do this. And if they just did this, then I would. You have to have a real come to Jesus moment with yourself and control what you can do. You, not anybody else. Because people going to do what they going to do. Just like you. So, only thing I want to say to you is, if you know change is necessary in your life and going towards unfamiliar happiness seems daunting, try to break up your process into little bite-sized pieces so that they're easier to digest. Revisit them often. Talk to God a lot. And don't try to, come to him with some phony prayers. Like, come to him with questions. Tell him you're frustrated. Journal. Nothing wrong with that. And I guarantee you, by the end of the year, you'll be happier. It'll be unfamiliar, but it'll be worth it. All right, I'm going to go. I'm sweating like a hoe in church. It's hot today in Chicago. Okay, for everybody that stayed on. Hey, Jasmine. Jilly, I don't know if you're still there. And Stephanie, thank you for joining. If you are watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel and also like the video. Leave me a comment. When I upload this video to my Instagram page, the people who were not in this live are not able to see your comments. So if you do me a favor, just comment on the post and like it. Share your thoughts with me. What do you think? Do you have a different perspective? I'd appreciate your feedback. All right, I'm gone. Bye.